If you're like me, then you haven't finished Christmas shopping, and I know it's right around the corner. At the time of filming this video, it is 5 days till Christmas. So I spent all night on Pinterest looking up easy, simple, and quick gift ideas, and I made a Pinterest board, which is down below in the description box, as well as a Google Doc that links to some YouTube tutorials that are like simple, easy makes that you can do as stocking stuffers or just fun ideas to help spark your creativity. So let's get into the video. I tried to do 3 YouTube tutorials for things that you guys can click on, and of course you can search the same thing up and find plenty more pattern tutorials. But I wanted to start it off simple and easy so that you don't get overwhelmed with the amount of pattern tutorials out there. So for our tea and coffee book lovers, what I wanted to do was have a list of ideas. For example, a mug cozy. So when they're holding the cup, it's not too hot on their hands. That can be simple, like granny stitch pattern. You can do just a very simple double crochet, treble crochet. It doesn't have to be anything crazy and elaborate. If you know the person that you wanted to make the gift for example, likes constellations, or if it's for the fellas footballs, then you can crochet like football applique or sport appliques, or you can crochet their name and sew it onto it as well. That would be a cool idea. But if it's simple and easy, if you have some scrap yarn, or if you have, for example, like a granny square, some small granny squares, you can sew those together as well. These gifts don't have to be complicated. They're coming from the heart. You don't have to stress yourself out. That is key. Coasters are so fun. I just got into drinking teas and really getting into drinking coffees, and I realized these cups are hot and I'm sitting on my wooden desk and it's staining it and it's causing it to be damaged. So I started crocheting coasters and I have been in love. So I created my own coaster pattern, which I have been using those coasters every single time I reach for some coffee, every single time I reach for some tea, because the cups are hot and I'm not damaging the wood. So I really do love coasters. I feel like there's so much use that goes into coasters. I feel like people think because it's such a simple gift that it might not be worth making, but I just don't think that's true. I think that there's someone out there who will love your coasters. So I also have in that guide 3 coaster tutorials, and of course there were hundreds of coaster tutorials, and even some, if you know you have dog lovers, you can make cat coasters, you can make dog coaster, bird coasters, whatever. There was even a rat shaped coaster for people who like rodents and hamsters and things of that nature. So child, there's so many pattern tutorials out there, honey. I was getting overwhelmed and I was like, okay, you need to, Christmas gonna be here by the time the video posted. So up next for our book lovers, we have book sleeves and bookmarks. I feel like these two can be catered to a person's aesthetic, what a person likes, their favorite colors. It could just be a simple square as a bookmark. You can do flowers as a bookmark and crochet a tail with a leaf. You can do a granny square, row bookmarks. There's just so many different designs. I've seen like little frog bookmarks, and again, I don't know what it is with rats. I've seen like a rat bookmark. There's just so many different types of appliques that you can turn into bookmarks, and it doesn't have to be super complicated. I feel like book covers could be also very fun, very decorative, and you can really cater it to what you know that person likes. And if you don't know, you can go the generic colors, cream, beige, sage, green, you know, just different colors. Or you can get a variegated yarn, and that would be cool also. I'm sure some colorways out there would be very cool to do that with, and that can be done with acrylic yarn. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can get this yarn. Dollar Tree sells yarn, guys. Dollar Tree sells yarn. And I've been meaning to go down to buy some. I haven't yet, but I definitely do want to go down there. Next thing with covers is laptop covers as well. I want to do a laptop cover for my own laptop. Like some of these gift ideas, I'm like, next year I need to make some of that stuff for myself. I definitely want to crochet the book covers as well, because I'm thinking that I can do like granny squares and then have rose appliques in the middle of those. I just think that would be very pretty. Also did some cute extras. For example, if you know that you have someone who loves to listen to music. Everyone loves to listen to music. You can do the popular crochet sprout that everyone has been doing. You can do headphone covers. You can do AirPod case covers. You can get them, you can buy them some headphones that are at Ross, TJ Maxx, and then you can crochet like a flower cord chain. I'll post some pictures of what I'm talking about. I need to do that for my own cords, because there's been so many times where I go to events or family events and everyone's like, that's my cord, that's my charger. And I'm looking around like, no, because mine had that little divot in it and you pretended like it's yours because you're trying to steal my charger. But if you crochet something that's specific to you, when you see someone walking around, when you're like, hey now, bring that back, that's mine. So I definitely feel like that would be a cute personable gift that you can do for someone, making them a charger cover that you could, you know, buy them another charger and crochet it for them, or use that gift for your own, for yourself. Next up, we have our animal lovers. Now, you can do so many different things. I know there might be, I haven't done a lot of research about the different yarns that animals can use, if it's safe, if it's not safe. So please do your own research. But I definitely did do some like crochet bandana ideas for dogs that is super cute. You can do a cute pet collar. I saw this picture of a cat and it had the cutest bandana and they put the divots in them so the ears could pop through. It was just so adorable. So definitely pet accessories like pet collars, pet booties, pet like sweaters, just cute things. You can do pet toys, and even for the people you can do like pet amigurumi, some really cute small items that would be cute that they could sit on their desk, they could sit in their car, they could just use as a little bit of decor in their room or bathroom. Pet coasters, I think I mentioned that earlier. I feel like those like ideas are super cute. Pet keychains, that was another one. There's so many amazing creative ideas that you can do for pet lovers just because it's so diverse. If you know someone who has a cat, you can base it off of the colors of the cat. If you know the cat is calico, or if the cat's like black and white, then you can make them a black and white cat coaster or a black and white cat hat. So it with crocheting and with gifts, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be thoughtful and come from the heart. And I feel like people would appreciate it. For me, I want to start crocheting people more stuff, but I just feel like the time that it takes, like I don't want my stuff just thrown in the corner. I want to make you stuff that you're actually going to use. And so therefore I do not crochet a lot for people. I crochet a lot for practice, experimenting, for myself, for just getting out that creativity. It's just my art form. For my gym and wellness lovers, I was heavily in the gym this year, and there was one thing that I wanted to crochet myself that I haven't yet, is like the wrist holders for when you're doing weights, because sometimes my hands would sweat, and I had bought some from Ross, but they kind of like fell apart. So I was like, dang, I should really crochet myself like sleeveless gloves, and I never got around to it just because I wanted to research to figure out what yarn should I use, because I didn't want, if it was like too hot of a yarn, like wool, that it will make my hands sweat even more. I didn't want to do that. But for the gym and wellness lovers, you can do yoga mat straps, you can do bottle holders, you can do headphone covers, you can do some cute like barbell keychains. There's so many ideas. That's why I wanted to do the guide, because if you just look and see these images and go on Pinterest and look at my board and see these images, then you can get creativity. Then hopefully creativity will be sparked in you, and you can create your own ideas based on those images and based on what you know the people around you like. For the fellas, you can do the gym bag, and you can create them football, you can create them something they're interested in. If it's like a favorite movie of theirs, you can create the symbol for the movie, or you can like do a cute character for the movie for their gym bag with a keychain. I feel like that'd be cute. There's definitely some gym stuff that I want to crochet myself. I want to do like some cute bow aesthetic girly things with my gym stuff next year for sure. Try not to feel bad that sometimes crocheting for the fellas can be a little bit like, oh my gosh, what am I going to crochet for him? Is he actually going to use it? But so this part of the guide, I definitely need to do some research and add more to it. For the bigger projects like making them sweaters and cardigans, of course that takes a little bit longer of time, so I just did put a few in here. Like I love seeing the dudes who wear like the cat beanies, and you can also crochet some appliques for that, or you could also buy some cute keychains. Dollar Tree started selling keychains, guys. I added in some balaclavas, so I know the men like that. Some cowl neck warmers, or like the skinny scarf. I feel like that'd be fun too. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, keychains. They can add it to their keys, they can put it in their car, you can do them like a car cover. Guitar straps, for sure. It's the same that I was saying with the wellness girlies. You can do like the yoga straps so they can hold the yoga mat. And what I wrote down is like, crochet doesn't have to be complicated to be appreciated. Even simple, thoughtful pieces show care and creativity and can be tailored to anyone's style or hobbies. So that was all for the ideas that I had. Of course, I'll be adding to this throughout the year. So next year, this can be a fully fleshed out guide. So definitely go check the guide out. Definitely go save it. Follow the Pinterest board. I'll constantly be adding to it. Also in the guide, I put some time-saving notes because it can get daunting. You can get confused. So I did a little like quick trip tip. So I did a few quick trips. Okay, I'm so tongue-tied. I did a couple of tricks and reminders and tips of how to keep these projects small, how to keep them from being time-consuming, but also to make sure like you don't have to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to feel like a project has to be complicated for it to be meaningful. And I feel like people will appreciate it. Thank you, Sunshine, so much for watching this guide. And I do hope you check out the links down below to the Pinterest board and also to the Google Doc. That way you can just get some quick inspiration for some crochet projects if you haven't already made crochet gifts for your family and friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any other patterns, any other video ideas, any other Pinterest boards or inspiration, please comment down below. We can add them to the list. We can add them to the Pinterest board. And I want to know your ideas, and this will help for us to make sure next year we're a little bit ahead of schedule, because this year, I'm not gonna lie, I'm behind. I'm still behind. I still have gifts that I need to buy, and Christmas is in 4 days. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please give a like, a follow, a comment, and a subscribe. And share this video if you know someone who crochets and they have been talking to you about, oh, I'm about to fall, and they have been talking to you about feeling frustrated. You could send this video to them just to help spark their creativity. I'm like a match, striking to help you guys spark, because you are creative, you already know how to crochet, you know what you're doing. Take charge and make those gifts. See you, Sunshines, in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until we meet again,